We're live.
So what do I do to blow off the
What's that?
sauce?
If you need him to change certain lights or something, probably won't need it, but just
You're slower than the main dog. What? John, I don't have one. Yeah, Jaden. Film guy. Jaden, weren't you the one who had to go to Monticello? That sucked, huh? Hey, Don, how many? It was the first 16? We won, yeah.
All right. So this is really weird, and everything's been really weird. To have to do it this way, it's for me the biggest reason why I wanted to do this. Not only to give you guys recognition, but I think to offer some closure as well with going from football to your next sport or your next thing that you guys are doing. Hopefully, you guys are playing a sport, right? But yeah, then to do this now, to do this like this, not to have the banquet without parents, without the food, without just that interaction. Okay, it does kind of suck. I mean, you have to do a video of this. I don't like that either. But it's gonna be quick. Normally it lasts probably closer to an hour, especially with eating first and then doing the awards afterwards. We usually have highlight video and some other things to show. But make sure you guys that are wanting to play football and continue on, make sure you guys are keeping up with your highlights. You guys get on there if you need help with doing a highlight for yourself or individually. Just come see one of the coaches. We can help you out. So just a quick recap. Usually I do a big, long recap. This one's going to be pretty short so we can get the awards and get done before school gets out or as school gets out. But as we started into the season, clearly at first didn't even know if we were going to have a season with the spring sports getting shut down. So we didn't even get to do any 7-on-7. So that was different. That was weird. We didn't get to spend that extra time as you guys were playing spring sports together. So it was really nothing, right? We didn't have school. We didn't really get to see each other. The facilities were shut down. You guys weren't able to lift. And everything was in limbo, right? I honestly didn't think we were going to have a season. I didn't think we were going to have any time for summer ball. And then they came out and they had that new order or that new thing where they said that we could come in and start doing a little bit of training, a little bit of this. You know, we couldn't be inside. We had to have our numbers limited, and we were able to start doing stuff. I think it was the last couple days in May, which for me, I was like, great, let's get as much as we can done. I was excited. It really seemed like you guys were excited because of our numbers. In all the years I've been coaching, I'd never seen a higher percentage of football players at the summer trainings than we had this year. So I think a lot of it was in due part to you guys were ready to get out of your houses. You guys were ready to do something with your friends again. And honestly, that's what high school and high school sports is all about. Sure, the winning and the losing and the other stuff, that makes a big part of it, right? How much fun it is. But the biggest part is playing with your friends. Making that brotherhood, that chaos that we've always talked about this year. And that was evident in your guys' commitment to our summer lifting program, our 7-on-7, and then even camp. So again, just want to say thank you guys for having that excitement, that determination, that renewed determination to make yourselves better and to understand that at any day things could get closed down or shut down. So then we go into camp, right? There was a lot of unknowns. We had a lot of new first-time varsity players and a lot of important positions. We didn't really know where we were going, who was going to be where. And it was kind of a roller coaster at camp, right? We played well in one game, not so well in the other. Played well in one game, not so well in the other. And for me, I was like, okay, we need to figure out our identity. We need to figure out who we are so it isn't a roller coaster all season. And I felt like we started to establish that. And we rolled in against Emory for our very first game, not camp, but our very first game of the season. I remember down that game. And honestly, from what we did in camp against Emory pretty much kicked our butts, right, in camp. That first game especially. But then the second game, we kind of came on. We knew we were a little bit better. But I didn't really know. I was like, I know we're a better team. Let's see what we got this first game. And I was a little nervous if we were truly prepared for that or not. And we played lights out. After that game, I was excited. I knew we had something special, that we were the underdog that everybody overlooked. Nobody expected much of us. And we came in and played. And then we went through our season. And I think we kind of fell back into that roller coaster a little bit. But by the end, you guys started having fun again. And that's what it was all about. And when we had fun, you could see it in practice and in the games that you guys, just the way you played, the intensity, all of it changed when we could tell you guys were out there having fun, playing with your brothers instead of just worrying about whether we won, whether we lost, all the other stuff that was going on. But when we focused on doing our job, hitting hard, there was a few games we were able to hit pretty hard. One game in particular that I think of is the Parowan game. That was a fun game. It was an intense game. And when we got up 14-0 pretty quick, I knew Parowan was going to be a good team. And we go into halftime, and I see one of their players standing on the 50-yard line with one of their coaches, which I thought was kind of weird because everybody else was heading into the locker rooms other than him and the coach. And he was crying to his coach about how hard and how much he was getting hit. And whether or not he was crying about his offensive line not protecting him, or if he was just crying about us hitting him hard, I don't care. But for me, I was like, there we are. That's what Miller football is all about. And then going into homecoming was rough. I think there was a lot of distractions. We ended up losing to North Superior. We know we're a better team, and we had the chance to play them again in that first round of the playoffs and really show who we were. And we showed up to play, and again, played lights out, hit them hard, and they crumbled, right? They fell down, and we were able to show who and what we really can achieve when we do what we need to do. For me, the season didn't really end the way I wanted it to end, but the other part to that is we had a season. Those of you guys that were playing spring sports last year, you didn't get that. So hopefully you don't get hung up on some of the disappointments that we had this year, because I'll be the first to say there was some disappointments that I had, some things, okay, that I wish would have gone or done different. You know, that's always going to happen every year, especially when you don't take state or achieve our goal of win the next game, win the last game, right? We didn't fulfill that goal. So I look back and see there are some disappointments, but there are a lot of positives that came out of it too. And hopefully the biggest positive is the friendships that you guys made, the brotherhood, and those memories that you guys can look back on, not only throughout this year, but throughout your life. You can look back and remember some of those big hits, some of those fun touchdowns, some of those blocks that you made to set up a touchdown. You guys will remember that and remember the craziness of this year, but amidst all the craziness, we had a successful season. We played football, and a lot of states and a lot of schools didn't have that. There were a lot of schools that had to cancel games. There were a lot of states that canceled their whole season. But us, we played every game. And hopefully you guys won't take that for granted. And you guys will remember that, and again, focus on the positives instead of the negatives. That's the biggest thing you can ever do in life. When you focus on the positives, positive things will happen. If you focus on the negative things will happen. So it's time we get that mindset and you carry that into your next sport. So if you guys are playing basketball, football, or swim, you carry that into there. Okay, you don't take anything for granted, never knowing when things might get shut down, because as soon as our season was over, they shut things down for another 2 weeks. So you never know. I mean, it does seem like there's a light at the end of the tunnel with this virus, and hopefully we're there, that we can get over this thing and we can get on back to normal life as it used to be. So anyway, I'm not going to give a big long speech. I want to thank you guys for putting up with that, for the uncertainty, for being there. This year was probably the easiest year you could ever have to have excuses to not be at practice. But for the most part, y'all showed up and did what was asked. I think it was harder for you guys to not show up when you had a snuffy nose or when you had a cough or whatever was going on. But you guys showed up and played. So thank you guys. To start off, we're going to do our varsity letter awards. So if I could get the other coaches that are here to come up, help me hand these out. So as I call you, just come on up, shake the coach's hand. All of us will have our masks on. I'll put my mask back on, just so we can, since this is being filmed, better make sure I follow every little rule. Make sure you guys have your masks on. If we don't want to shake hands, we can buzz. Make sure you can wash your hands. If you haven't washed your hands in a long time, that's gross. Always wash your hands, okay? Okay, so as the coaches get up here, I'm gonna call you guys up, hustle up here, just walk by, shake our hands, and get your award, please. And we are gonna kind of go in alphabetical order, unless John messed it up. John found these and started looking through them. Jed, Danny. It's Danny and Jed's fault, really. No. Okay, here we go. Landon Worley. It is reverse. Casey Whitaker. unfortunately, I don't think Casey could be here. Casey, okay, got your award right here. Come see me when you get back. So weird. Shake my hand, so weird. Sometimes it's weird to see like Landon Worley on there instead of Lenny. Same with this next one, Joshua Whitaker. AKA Stewie. So just come on up, hurry on up. Just come up here. Morgan Wade. What's the matter, Coach? That's even better. Brant Stevens. James Stevenson. Jonathan Roman. Jonathan, I don't think Jonathan's here. Hopefully you're watching. Hunter Rodriguez. Hunter Rhodes. Garo Megwarichi. Dakota Maxfield. Eric Larson. Connor Ham. Danny Garcia. John Gates. Wiley Gamble. Joe Flynn.
How about Joe?
Jedediah DeGraffenry. Makai Davis. Taylor Davies. Keith Davenport. Carson Brunson. Braxton Bond. Shazden Ashton. If you question, Zach De Herrera. I gave our list to the office, so if they missed a name, that's their bad. So anyway, we did. Okay, we did. It was based on varsity time. So if you played some varsity time and your name didn't get called, okay, somehow either the office or something, that list, okay, I don't know what happened. So come see me, please. Okay, if you have varsity time, more than just rotating in at the end of the game, okay, but you played either on special teams, like consistently, but got into varsity games as well on offense or defense, okay, come see me because that was a mistake that was made by just missing your name, okay, and that could have been through the office or through whatever. Okay, now we're going to get into our other awards. First, okay, I want to invite our captains up here real quick. These captains were voted by you guys to lead our team. Pass these guys, this up to you guys. And anyway, I always like to give an award to them because I think it's important for our captains to be recognized. Not only because they were chosen by you, but because they were the ones that represented Millard football, okay, because of you, because of what you guys decided when we voted at the beginning of the year. So as you guys see these guys come up there, okay, and especially you younger guys, what does it take to be a captain? What does it take to be an outstanding leader on this Millard football team? What are the qualities that make an outstanding leader that's going to lead us to success? And then we've got the rest of our awards, okay? I mean, we have about the same as what we normally have. We go through these. If you haven't gotten a hammer yet, you get a hammer. And if you already got one, okay, let's just make sure we have enough for everybody, and then we can see if we give you a second one or not. This one, okay, I felt like we needed to add this year, the teammate of the year. This person went out of their way to make sure everybody knew what was going on, to make sure everybody felt welcome, whether it was to give somebody a ride, to show somebody how to do the proper technique, but truly cared about their team, not just because they were a leader, but because they wanted to see everybody succeed. That goes to John Gates. Okay. This one, okay, I talked about the importance from our freshmen all the way through our seniors, freshmen to varsity, and how important they are to this team, not only for our future, but whether it's in meet squad or just being a leader, because you can lead from the back as well, or even if you're young, you can still be that leader. I feel like these are just as important as every other award. Our freshman MVP. So as our coaches, we discussed this, we voted on this. It was hard, okay? And this one actually came down to a tie between two of our freshman leaders that we felt like were the ones that pushed themselves, that helped us win, to help us help our freshman team be successful on and off the field. And they are Luke DeGraffenried and Sam Rasmussen. Okay, the next one. We started coming up with this one last year, the all-in. That means that no matter what was going on, no matter how hard it was, they were always there pushing themselves. We have the freshman all-in player, and before he gets too far, Luke DeGraffenried. You guys may have seen Meat Squad. He always pushed himself in there. Get in there. He was hurting. There was times his brother probably picked on him a little too much, or maybe he was picked on because of his brother. People wanted to hit him because his brother was a little mean to somebody or something. Anyway, he did push himself, and he did try. We made a position switch on him. He accepted it. Good job, Luke. Okay. JV MVP. This person, okay, a lot of it has to do with Meat Squad, but not just Meat Squad, it's somebody that's going to be in there during the JV games, and it's hard when we look at freshman MVP, like a JV MVP, because a lot of times we're mixed with the classification that we're in, the teams against whom we play. But with this JV MVP, we're going to award this to Ashley. Okay. Next award. Kind of piggybacking off the JV MVP, going to Meat Squad. This person, it really epitomizes all in for the team, right? They're the ones that are going to push. They're not worried about looking good. They're not worried about if they're not on that first team right then, that they might get some rotation afterwards. But they're going to push, whether it's our first O going on offense and it's the Meat Squad D, or whether it's the first D and our Meat Squad O. Okay, this Meat Squad all-in player always pushes for success to make themselves better, but to make their team better. And that goes to Lenny. And to continue on with the most improved player, usually that's somebody that pushes themselves on and off the field, and especially during Meat Squad. So I think that goes hand in hand. Our most improved player is Lenny. Try to hurry and get that out. I mean, honestly, guys, if you guys want to get better and you don't find yourself on that first team right off, okay, you're going to push yourself on the Meat Squad. Okay, and that's going to help you become, okay, either the most improved to get to that varsity time or whatever it is. And he showed that this year. You saw that as the season went on, the more reps he got in varsity games. Okay, varsity all-in player. Again, we have two. So that just tells you how hard this is on us coaches. And where our votes could go. We talked about it a lot. We actually sent out a Google form. The coaches vote anonymously on which players. And this one, again, was hard because it's a varsity all-in player. As somebody that, again, is out there giving it their all times, whether it's conditioning, Meat Squad. If they're not on Meat Squad for a minute, they're going to be on the varsity. Okay, I mean, they go back and forth. They don't just sit back and relax. They're always pushing to become better. And these two people did that, John Gates and Keith Davenport. Okay, next award, our outstanding special teams player. Again, two people, okay? It was kind of neat to see, we looked at maybe like a kickoff or punt return and kick return. We're like, you know what? We felt good about going with two since since the voting was tied anyway. First one, Morgan Wade. Second one, this person, okay, really surprised me with their ability. I knew he was good at one of them, not so much at the other. He really worked at it and got good at both. That's Hunter Rose. His punting, I knew he was going to be a great punter. I see him punt. The kicking I was a little worried about. And even at the first of the season, I was still unsure, but he worked at it and worked hard. Pre-game, I mean, he was kicking 40 to 50-yard field goals. And to see that dedication, clearly that serves and earned an award. Okay. The outstanding lineman. This person really pushed themselves. I mean, the line, I think we try to tell you guys this and try to hit this home, okay? The line is the most important position on a football team, okay? Because without a line, there's nobody to block for a quarterback. Without a line, there's nobody to block for the running back. Without a line, there's nobody to block for the quarterback to throw to a wide receiver, okay? So that line sets up everything, okay? They're often in the trenches, Okay, they go, a lot of times people just don't recognize them because they're not the ones that are always scoring the touchdowns. But they are the people, okay, the guys that set it up. And I think we should, honestly, if I could, I would get it to every single lineman in here, because I felt like you guys at one point or another stepped up and did your job, okay, for most of the time. And I felt like you guys pushed yourselves, but I didn't want to take away from the award. So we went with one, Danny Garcia. And then our defensive MVP, we consider this person the quarterback of the defense, right? They're the ones that really direct traffic and know what's going on. Okay, you can look to them when you need a tackle, when you need something to go on, or when you need more instruction out there on the field. So before you go sit back down, Danny, get back on up here. You're my defensive MVP. Okay. Offensive MVP. Again, similar to defense, is the person that you rely on. Okay, the person, I mean, not only for, I mean, you rely on the line, right? But we felt like this person really helped us out. He's our offensive MVP, Jed DeGraffenreid. You can see it, he pushed himself in games and in practice. Okay, our team MVP. This one's all around, right? He was the person we could look to make a big play. He was the person that always pushed himself, strive for greatness. Our most valuable player on our Millard High School football team of the season 2020 is Jed DeGraffenreid. Honestly, it's almost a love-hate with awards because, I mean, I love giving recognition to a few of you, but I hate it that I can't just give recognition to every single one of you. Because, like I said, with some of those awards, there was times that there was more than one of you that earned that, right? Whether it was in one game, 2 games, in practice. I felt like it wasn't that you guys didn't earn it. Sometimes this guy did a little bit more or whatever, but it's like I said, it's a love-hate, right? Because each and every one of you deserves something. And I guess if it's any consolation, the biggest thing for us as coaches is you guys have earned our respect through this year. And hopefully you earned not just our respect, but the respect of your brothers, respect from Millard High, that tradition. Especially you guys that are seniors, this is your last year. You guys carried that on, right? Through a tough year, through the uncertainty of the 2020. I mean, everybody's going to talk about 2020, and that's your guys' year. And you guys are going to look back, and you know what? We had a successful season. It was hard, but we became men, right? There was a lot of people that gave up. And I'm not talking about football. I'm talking about in a lot of things, in a lot of different areas in their life, okay? But you guys have stuck it out. You guys pushed through the uncertainty of whether our season was going to get shut down. When we lost, you guys came back with that determination, that drive, that next week to get better, to run that sprint a little bit harder. And hopefully, if you guys go out through in life, it's not all about, again, the wins or losses, the awards you receive. It's about what you became in this football season, what you became in the adversity. Did you become a better man? If so, then that's success. So look back on that. What could you have done to become better? What did you do to be better? Because there was a lot of you guys did to be better this year. And again, as a coaching staff, we thank you guys for that. to push yourselves in the weight room like we did preseason. That made this preseason one of the funnest preseasons I've ever had, because you guys were all in, pushing yourselves to get better. Always do that. Always be all in. No matter what it is you're doing, be all in. Okay, play for your brothers, play for your family, be there for whoever it is you're supposed to be there for. And you guys will be successful. Whether or not you get an award for it, whether or not you get a promotion in your job or earn a job, you will be successful. And understand that. That's what this is all about, is being successful in life. A couple people we want to thank real quick. The wives of our coaches. Without that sacrifice, our coaches wouldn't be able to be here. Okay, and you know how much time and effort they spend, whether it's at home, watching film, worrying about you guys, taking phone calls, or whatever it is, okay, or here at the practice field, not leaving till late, or getting here early to tape and talk to you guys and help you guys out in your position, going through what we can do to become better. But without their wives, they wouldn't be able to do that, without the support from them. And we couldn't have everybody here. We couldn't have the wives. We couldn't have your parents be here. But I just want, if wives are watching this, whether or not, okay, coaches, please go home and tell them thank you. Thank you from me, but also I would think from the players as well. And then to my wife, she actually got to be here. She's a teacher, so she was here already. She helped me with all the awards. Thank you. She puts up with a lot, especially this year. I think I was more stressed than any other year because of COVID, never knowing what was going to happen. And she was there with me. So I want to tell her thanks for that as well, for being with it. And always helping me out, always helping me push a little bit harder and do a little bit better. Two other people, again, that couldn't be here, not just, anyway, they're the ones that help us with our team meals, helping us with our fundraisers, helping us with everything. They're the team moms. I hate calling them booster club presidents or leaders or who's in charge, because really they're the team mom. They help organize all you moms and all the moms out there to help get us meals every Tuesday during camp, selling booster club gear, that Miller swag to get Miller gear filling the stands, and always are out there. So I have two things, one for Lorraine Gates and one for Kim Brown. So if John and Ethan, if you could come up real quick to make sure these get to your moms, please take them to them. Let's give Kim and Lorraine a hand. Is Ethan Brown out here right now? So, Kim, we'll get you your stuff. Thank you. And again, okay, as I'm telling everybody thanks, I've told you guys thanks and thanks again, okay, for your hard work this season. Hopefully you guys focus on the positives and not just the negatives, and hopefully you guys became better men this year. Parents, I want to thank you, because without you, there's no way we could have a season at all. The fear of the virus, I'm sure, played into a factor, but also seeing your kids, their eyes light up when they were being able to be told that they can go back to practice, that they can go back and hang out with their friends, I'm sure made it all worth it. So parents, thank you. Washing jerseys, taking care of their aches and pains when they go home, their complaints, when they're crying because something hurts and the coach didn't look at them just right, or tape it just right, or give them enough sympathy. I know you guys did. So thank you. Okay, last but not least, I want to get the seniors up here. Every single one of you. All you seniors, come on up. The seniors, really by just natural selection, right, are the true leaders and end up taking lead of the football team. It's just the way it is. And these guys really stepped up. I know they got in your face a few times. They may have yelled at you, okay? They may have intimidated you a little bit, especially if you were a freshman sometimes. But you seniors, okay, for me, I hate this part because it always makes me a little emotional. But I am happy that the year's not over yet. They haven't graduated. I still get to see them, each and every one of them, and hopefully see them become successful young men in the next year, right? For them, they graduate. They get gone, okay? So hopefully everything, okay, you guys are successful in life, that this season has helped you to be more successful. I know it's the moms that usually kind of put these gifts together. So we want to thank you, moms, for doing that. Seniors, this isn't enough for your 4 years of service and that sacrifice coming into the weight room, your blood, sweat, and tears. But hopefully this is something you'll always remember your time with Miller football. So let's give these seniors, okay, a big hand. Okay. If you guys got an award today and you haven't got a hammer yet, make sure you come up here and get a hammer with me after this is over. Seniors, stay up here for a second. Right, John? You guys can stay up here. Okay, for just a second. I'm turn time over to you guys. As soon as you guys are done, hurry, get out of here and go to your guys' get ready for your guys' practices. But then make sure you get your hammer too for you guys that got an award today.
All right, we have a couple awards for the coaches for thank you for all that they've done for us. Us seniors, they've been with us for over 4 years now, and we're super grateful for them. So we have a gift card for each one of them, and we also have one for Janelle Stevenson because she's helped us so much, and we want to thank you.
Okay, again, thank you guys. You younger classmen, get to work. Okay, get to work. Don't take anything for granted. Okay, make sure you're in the weight room. Make sure you're playing your sports. Okay, basketball, wrestling, swim. Okay, make sure you guys are doing those 100%. Don't take anything for granted ever. And then clearly for me, football. Okay, all that prepares you for a successful season in football. Okay, how hard you push yourself in football prepares you for a successful season in your next sport. And that continues on and on and on until we get back to football. Push yourselves, be better, okay, be your best at all times, whether it's training for your sport, your grades, your academics, right, at home, being a son, a brother, okay, whatever. Always be your best, okay? And again, okay, thank you guys. I wish I could go around to every single one of you right now, okay, give you a big hug, but I'll catch you sooner or later and give you a hug and tell you thanks for this season, okay? Thank you guys.
Thank you.
No.
Hey, captains, you get one too. Come on up here. No, but then we pick up down. Thank you, Jaden. Hey, Torben.
Hey,
Wait, Robert, you have a, like, what's your 3B